Deep inside the Peruvian jungle, there is a river that should not exist. Because this isn't normal water. It's boiling. Not warm, not hot. Boiling. So intense that anything that falls in doesn't survive long enough to be recovered. And the strangest part? It's surrounded by normal rainforest, normal rain, normal air, normal life. But inside this one stretch of water, it feels like the earth is breathing fire, and scientists still struggle to explain why. Locals call it Shanay-Timpishka. It means boiled with the heat of the sun in the Ashaninka language. But the sun has nothing to do with it. This river sits deep in the Amazon rainforest of Peru, far from any active volcano large enough to explain what's happening. And yet, the water reaches temperatures hot enough to burn skin instantly, hot enough to cause severe injury in seconds, and hot enough to turn this peaceful jungle river into something that feels unnatural. For centuries, locals warned outsiders to stay away. They believed it was sacred, or cursed, or both. But no one had scientific proof, until one man decided to follow the story deeper into the jungle. Geoscientist Andres Russo first heard about the boiling river as a child. He thought it was a myth, because rivers like this don't exist. At least, not in places like this. Years later, he went searching for it. What he found changed everything. A river stretching for miles, with sections hot enough to produce visible steam rising into the jungle air. When he placed a thermometer into the water, it didn't just rise slightly, it spiked. In some areas, temperatures approached boiling point. And yet, this wasn't a volcanic zone. This wasn't a lava field. This was rainforest, alive with birds, insects, and trees, surrounding a river that behaved like it belonged in another world. One of the biggest questions scientists had was simple. If rain falls into the river, shouldn't it cool it down? But it doesn't. Even during heavy Amazon storms, the river remains hot. The rain mixes in for a moment, then disappears into the heat like it never mattered. It's as if the river has its own internal furnace, continuously feeding energy from deep underground. Scientists discovered something shocking. This isn't caused by a volcano nearby. Instead, rainwater seeps deep into cracks in the earth, travels underground, gets heated by the Earth's geothermal energy, and returns to the surface as superheated water. But even that explanation doesn't fully solve the mystery, because the scale of heat here is extreme. Almost too extreme. In some sections of Shanay-Timpishka, the water can reach temperatures close to 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the boiling point of water at sea level. And while not every part of the river is constantly boiling, there are stretches where stepping in would be catastrophic within seconds. Even air above the river feels different. Thick, humid, heavy with heat rising from below. The jungle around it is normal, but the river itself behaves like a wound in the earth that never cools down. So the question becomes, can anything survive here? The answer is mostly no. Fish cannot survive these temperatures. Most aquatic life would die instantly. There is no normal ecosystem inside the hottest sections. But in slightly cooler edges of the river, scientists have found heat-resistant microorganisms, tiny life forms that thrive in extreme environments. These organisms don't just survive heat, they depend on it. They are similar to extremophiles found near volcanic vents elsewhere in the world. But even here, life is fragile. A small change in temperature can mean total collapse. Scientists now believe the river is powered by a rare geothermal system. Here's what they think is happening. Rainwater falls into the jungle. It seeps deep underground through cracks and faults. Far below the surface, the Earth's internal heat warms it. Then the water rises back up, heated to extreme temperatures, and flows into the river. But what makes Shanay-Timpishka so unusual is scale. Most geothermal systems like this exist near volcanoes. This one does not, which means there is still something underground, something not fully mapped or understood, continuously heating this river for thousands of years.
To the Shanay-Timpishka people, this river was never just science. It was spiritual, a place of warning, a place of respect. Some believed it was created by spirits of the earth. Others believed it was punishment for disturbing sacred land. Even today, locals still treat it carefully. Not because they don't understand science, but because they've lived beside something science still can't fully explain.
Despite its danger, the boiling river has value. Scientists study it to understand geothermal energy systems, extreme life forms, underground heat circulation, Earth's hidden energy networks. It also helps researchers understand how life might exist on other planets, like moons with underground oceans heated from below. In a strange way, this deadly river might help answer one of humanity's biggest questions. Could life survive in extreme worlds beyond Earth?
Shanay-Timpishka remains one of the rarest natural mysteries on Earth. A river that burns instead of flows normally. A place where rain cannot cool it, and life struggles to survive inside it. And even today, despite science, satellites, and exploration, one question still lingers in the air above the steaming water. What exactly is happening deep beneath this river that keeps it alive with heat? And more importantly, could there be more rivers like this, still undiscovered, waiting in the jungle?